Hey everybody, it's your girl Angie. Welcome back to Kiss My Cheeks TV. Let's talk about Big Brother. I'm going to do a semi-review on last night's episode, which was the Power of Veto episode. If you watch my day one episode of when they did the noms, Memphis's nominations, I already spoiled who won the Power of Veto and that the nominations weren't going to change. The live feeds told me that. So let's just go ahead and say it. Memphis won the Power of Veto, and the nominations did not change. This episode was a snooze because I did watch the live feeds a little bit this past few days. And, I've been all over Twitter looking at all the live feed updates on Twitter. So I already know all the tea. I already know all the juice. The production team did not spill any of the tea or the juice. I'm hoping maybe this episode kind of set it up and maybe they will show it tonight before we see who gets evicted. As of right now, it's kind of a back and forth. We still don't know who they're swaying to be evicted, but I'm over it. Like, really, Nicole or David can go. If you haven't been watching the live feeds, both of them are campaigning. Both of them are doing a trash job at campaigning. Neither one of them know anything about what's going on within the game. Neither one of them know what's best for them to do as a strategy in this game. And either one of them can go. David nor Nicole, to me, were all-stars. David was the one who got a bad luck last season. Oh, well, he ain't the only one who's been booted first for a twist. And Nicole A was just fan favorite and has really went to her head all episodes. I know what America wants. They're really going to be upset that he put me on the block. I'm like, no, we ain't. No, we aren't. Like, not at all. You can go home, Nicole. Like, somebody on Twitter said it and it hit me, was like, yes, these contestants already got paid $40,000 to do this all-star season, which they deserve. We're in the middle of a pandemic. In the middle of a pandemic, you're asking these people to leave their families, their husbands, wives, whatever, just to play your game. I understand the incentive, $40,000, great. $40,000 is almost second place money. Some of these people have coins. They really don't even, I ain't gonna say what nobody need or don't need, but they not gonna be hurt if they don't get this $500K at the end of this game, because they're gonna make, a lot of these people are social media influencers, so just by being on television and having their face on this national platform, it's helping their coins out regardless. So I said all that to say, they were like, why not play balls to the wall? Fuck all this big majority alliance stuff and start taking shots. Start taking shots. Start doing something to make yourself memorable of this season. Everyone right now is playing a safe game. Everyone, like, Big Brother is broken. Everyone, to me, if I ever get on Big Brother, I want to be the first HOH. It seems like whoever is the first HOH within the past 5 to 10 years of Big Brother is broken. It's not old school Big Brother that I love anymore. The first HOH, they have all the power. They ain't getting no blood on their hands. They gonna put up two wimpy people, get them out. The first HOH, everyone is coming to you because it's a new game. They trying to feel their way through the new game. They get to see who they want to work with, and the first HOH is gonna put together a power alliance. A power alliance of 5, 6, 7, or 8 people. I think the 5 or 6 works best. When you get to the 7 or 8, that's too many. But they put together a power alliance that rides together to the final 6 at least, and then they start to turn on each other and pick each other off. In recent seasons, the reason why a lot of the times that strategy doesn't work is who's ever in that power seat makes deals with everyone and they end up getting that bitter jury twist in the opposite person who really didn't do shit in the game, like Casey, Josh, Nicole F. All these people end up winning the game because of bitter juries. That's been the setup for Big Brother the past at least 5 years. And I'm over it. I'm over the big Power Alliance. The Power Alliance always consists of, because on Twitter they calling it the Great White Alliance. I don't want to call it that. I don't want it to seem like it's a racist thing, but it is a fact. It ends up being the young, cool white kids are in the Power Alliance, and no one wants to go against them. Everyone wants to be in the popular group. Everyone wants to be in the clique. And instead of realizing, hey, I'm an outsider, I'm not a part of this clique, majority of us are not a part of this clique, why aren't we voting the clique out? Because Big Brother really is a sad reflection of society, because that's how it is. A lot of times everybody wants to be a part of something so bad that they don't realize that who they are as an outsider, and finding people who are like you and enjoy the things that you like is good enough. And you can still win at this game of life. Everybody ain't got to be no damn Instagram model. Everybody is not going to be an NFL or an NBA player. Everyone is not going to be the next Future or the next whoever these non-rapping ass kids are. Like, be yourself. You don't have to be a part of the cool clique alliance. I done went off on a tangent. What saddens me, the little bit of live feeds I watched, Memphis was exposed because Janelle was telling Memphis that, Tyler, Cody, Danny, Nicole F. all working together. We got to get them out. And of course, Memphis spilled the beans to his lions. He was like, that's 4 out of the 6. And so his alliance is like, okay, let's pull David off and backdoor Janelle. She's coming after us. And Memphis was like, nah, I ain't backdooring. So Memphis is showing his cards that he's protecting Janelle and Kaser. I mean, okay, that's what he want to do. So now Tyler is all in a hissy fit, like, I'm winning this veto, I'm pulling David off, and we gonna pull his card and push his hand. And I'm like, if you pull David off, all he's gonna do is put up Davon or Bailey. That's all he's gonna do. So you're not gonna get Janelle or Kaser. So the telephone group is a little bit shaky. I feel like at any time they could pull the plug on Memphis and substitute David, which I don't want to see, because I don't want to see David become a puppet of Tyler's. Because honestly, I feel like if the house says David has to go, Tyler is not going to fight for David to stay. He's going to be like, okay, it's David, peace. Like, miss me with that. I'm here and I'm angry. How the hell Memphis gonna talk to you like that? Like, miss me with all of that. I don't believe any of it. I believe Tyler will vote out David in a heartbeat. Nicole A is upset. They ain't showed this yet, so I'm talking live feeds, what I watched on the live feeds. Nicole A, who Janelle is the only person I've really seen pay your ass any attention. She the one who gave you a makeover. She's the one up talking to you. She was upstairs trying to get Memphis to pull you off the block and backdoor somebody else. But she's so upset in her feelings, like, you was up there drinking wine with Memphis for 2 hours. You ain't doing shit for me. And I'm like, vote her out. Nicole A is every time she gets an opportunity to trash talk Janelle, I don't recognize this, Nicole. I'm like, this is not what we want to see, Nicole. We don't want to see you trash talking Janelle when she's the only one who was trying to save you. The only one. I hope Nicole goes out of the two. They said on the live feeds, Bailey and Davon, of course, want to protect David. And he goes and tells somebody something that Davon said. And I'm like, David, what are you doing? like both of them could go. Both of them could go. Both of them are campaigning awfully. Both of them, like I saw David had a conversation with Christmas in the backyard, and Christmas was like, if we save you this week, there's a target that the house wants out. Or if you win HOH, are you willing to put up the house target? Now, I can't stand that kind of talk. I hate a house target. I hate a house vote. Like, this is an individual game. Yes, there's an alliance, but the alliance can't be the whole house, because next week the house target could be you. So I hate that kind of talk. But David, when you're on the block, sometimes you just got to tell people what they want to hear. Be like, yeah, like I'm with the house. If it's a target and I win, if y'all save me, the target is out. But David can't just tell people what they want to hear. He was like, I don't want to make no promises, because as soon as I say that, you're going to run and tell that target that. And I'm like, David, get a clue. They're talking about Janelle. Everyone wants Janelle out the house. They're talking about Janelle. It's not like Christmas is sitting up here talking about we going to put Cody on the block and she's going to go run back and tell Cody. Like, they're talking about Janelle. How hard is it to be like, yeah, I put Janelle on block? Because I honestly believe this next HOH is so important. If Janelle or Kaysar do not win the next HOH, I don't think there's a single soul in this house that will save them. The only ones that was willing to save them was Memphis. Memphis is not putting them up this week. Memphis can't play next week. The only thing that could possibly save them is if Memphis wins that safety suite and he just completely throws his alliance to the side and gives safety to Janelle. And then, of course, somebody gonna still put up Kaysar, and then Kaysar wins POV. That's the only thing I could see saving them, and I don't see that happening at all. So if they don't win HOH, Janelle and Kaysar are going on the block, and Janelle is going home. And that's on period. I don't see Bailey or Da'Vonne saving. I feel like Bailey or Da'Vonne are at a point in this game where they're riding with the house. They feel like they're in with Cody and Enzo, and I don't know why they feel that. I can even see Ian doing it. I don't see Ian sticking his neck out. Matter of fact, I don't even see Ian trying to win this HOH. I don't see it. Now on Twitter, the tea is, because I don't know where they be getting all this tea from. And mind you, I said it's from Twitter. The tea is that the HOH tonight is going to want to be one of those eliminating HOHs where it's like run across a balance beam and put a ball in somebody's container who you want to be out. One of those where you could gang up on people and eliminate them. If it's that type of competition, damn well, you better believe all the cards are going to be shown. But the dummies in the house probably not going to figure it out. Kaysar and Janelle are going to go out first. Then they're going to knock out Ian, Bailey, and Da'Vonne. And if Bailey and Da'Vonne would open up their eyes and pay attention in this competition, they will see the telephone group will be out last. Someone in that telephone group will win. And they probably will throw it to somebody like Tyler or Danny. I guarantee you, if it's an eliminating HOH, somebody in the telephone group is going to win it. They might even throw it to Nicole F to put a little bit of threat on her and be like, this show, she winning and she already got an HOH. Like, I can already see it going down because Nicole F and Danny want Janelle out so bad. So bad. Or they might throw it to somebody like Tyler who can play in veto and guarantee, you know, like, let's throw it to Tyler to make sure he can play in veto and Janelle and Kaysar ain't coming down. I'm on, get on to week 4. Like, really, to me, we can go ahead and get to week 4. Let's go ahead. I hate to say it. I don't care who goes home this week. Like, I really don't. I don't want to lose Janelle, but I feel like she's a sacrifice to the game to get it moving. Like, to me, I don't think this season is going to get good until probably the top 8. the top 8, when it's going to be Enzo, it's going to be the telephone group, along with Enzo and maybe Bailey. Maybe Bailey. And it's going to be maybe the top 10. It might get good around the top 10 where enough people who are on the outside are now in the minority and it clicks for them. I'm not a part of this telephone group. I only have 2. I know I'm not reviewing the group. I'm really just reviewing the show as a whole, and I hope you all enjoy that because we watched it. It wasn't shit to review, so let's just talk about the show as a whole. My only saving grace for the top 10 would be either Enzo getting a clue that he's not a part of this telephone group. Like, Enzo is a subsidiary of the telephone group. Like, if this is AT&T, he might be Sprint. I don't even know if Sprint is a subsidiary of it, because, nah. But you understand what I'm talking about. Enzo is Sprint, where he's a part, but not really. And he got to still report all his financials to AT&T, but AT&T ain't got to tell Sprint shit. So I think Enzo would have to get a clue and go against, but I just don't think so because I feel like Enzo thinks he's in good with them. He probably can't see that he's the subsidiary until it's way too late. Bailey ain't gonna see it. I love Bailey, but I feel like Bailey is gonna have the same fate with Tyler that she did on, what season was that? 20? She was on 20. I feel like Bailey is going to have that same fate where I feel like Tyler will be the one to sit her ass on the block and vote her ass out. Because I don't think Tyler cares anything about Bailey. Bailey is just a number to help get his big alliance through. And maybe Ian, but can Ian still win all those competitions? Like, the big group is set up to win all those competitions at the end. Like, all those endurance competitions, like the wall is made for somebody like Danny or Nicole. That hold on strategy is made for somebody like Tyler or Cody. All those challenges where you have to race and hit the button. That slip and slide challenge is made for Tyler and Cody. Like, if you let this telephone group get to the halfway point of the game, they're gonna rock. They're gonna just knock everyone off, and it's not gonna get good until they have to start turning on each other. And if they have to start turning on each other, I can see Cody and Tyler at the end, and I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. It's starting to upset me. It's still only week 2, so I'm going to hold faith that these are all-stars. And all-stars should wake up earlier than regular first-time players. Like, all-stars should not be falling for this shit. They should not be falling for the big group alliance and everybody wanting to be a part of the clique. Because everybody, to me, on this show should think they the shit. I'm the big group. And if you don't have a big group, you should know you're an outsider. Kevin, David gets a pass because he really don't know. Nicole should know. Bailey, Davon, like, Black Girl Magic, y'all are disappointing me. Y'all are disappointing me because y'all have no clue what's going on. What's going on. If people aren't coming to you with info, you're not in the clique. You're not in the clique. If you're the one yapping, you are an outsider. The clique does not have to yap. They are fed the info. If you aren't being fed information, you're an outsider. I'm going to let it go, this review. I really want to see how much of this Janelle bashing they put on TV tonight, and I really want to see who wins HOH. If Janelle or Kaser, I hope they flip it and reverse it. I know they probably have these challenges already set in line to go. It takes a lot to organize this kind of stuff. But please don't make it be an elimination HOH tonight. Please make it be something where Janelle or Kaser has a chance to win it. Because if they don't win it, I might not even review next week because it's going to be boring. Because Janelle and Kaser are going to sit their asses on the block next week. And whoever comes down, if the veto is won, the other one is going home. On a period. So I'm over it. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. We might have to wait till week 4 to get it popping. Get in the comments and let me know what you all think. Let me know if I missed something on the live feeds. It was a lot going on this week, but I feel like it's still a lot more going on today. Like, comment, share. I'll be back tomorrow. We're going to talk about it tomorrow. All right. Bye.